Hi everyone, welcome to your Wednesday watch. Today we are having short sculpted square nails. Now on paper that sounds dead easy, doesn't it? But actually square is a really tricky shape to get right. When you're applying your forms, you need to look at the highest point of this natural nail to know where your form's going to be positioned. You need to know how long you're going to be going, and you need to look at their nail's natural shape as well. So I've angled these forms so that I'm going to get a fantastic C curve. We are going to be doing some pinching as well. And to make my life a little bit harder, we've decided to go for 10 reverses as well. So we're going to have some reverse French on here. Now, obviously the nails are prepped, they're primed, the forms are on, they're tailored. Remember, we need to make sure the forms are tailored as narrow as the nail, the natural nail. So no wider, it needs to be as narrow as the natural nail. What I'm doing here is I am putting a tiny bead of clear acrylic just at the free edge of the natural nail, pushing into the stress areas and gently feathering it down the form. I'm not trying to create a shape or anything. You'll see I'll just stretch it over the natural nail at the free edge, and in a minute with the tip of my brush I will just feather it down. Don't really care where it goes, it's fine. But that basically kind of glues well not glues, but it stops your form from wiggling in a minute, because we're going to be doing these reverse wrenches, but when I come in to file them, it stops them from wiggling. Then we're going to go on and do these nail beds. And Gemma doesn't like to have really long nails. She's a proper basic bitch, to be honest. We're lucky that she's having anything done to the nails. I think I've spoken about Gemma in the past, where she has the same colour every couple of weeks. She doesn't change it. She doesn't change the colour. But she came to me today, and she's been a bit naughty and chewed all her fingers and her nails. So I said that she was going to go to the dark side and have some acrylics, and we decided we were going to do reverse French, which we've never done. Honestly, she's so plain, she's so boring. She says to me, she always says to me, you hate me, don't you, Kylea? And I'm yeah, I do hate you. You give me nothing from my Instagram, you give me nothing for YouTube, but today she is my favoritist person. Because we're not just sculpting 10 short squares with a reverse. We're doing black. We're not doing traditional pink and white. We're having black, like the colour of her soul. She's so dark. I love it. Right, let's get back to the nails. Reverses. Because they're so tiny, normally, you know how I do my reverse. I'd like to do 2 beads. I would go from where the smile's going to be down, and then I'd go cuticle, apex down in. But because they're so small, I can go straight from the cuticle. So tip of the brush, tucking it all in. Now that's just like, you know, when you make your bed and you tuck with your hands down the side, get the duvet in. That's exactly what I'm doing. Not flat, because that's not how you make a bed. You come above it and you tuck, you tuck it all in. Then with the belly of the brush, I stretch it down, and with the sides of it, I will just tailor the wings in. Really nice and short. It's nice and easy. Although you'll see these at the end. Jem she had a go at me. She went, you always do them so long. You always make them longer than I ask. Yeah, I did. But I'm just going on the Pinterest picture that she brought to me. You know, you're going to have to wear them a little bit longer, because if she'd have got any shorter, because we're going to do a micro French, so a really tiny free edge on it. But if we'd have taken the nail bed back, and it'd have just been a little pink circle. So she's just going to have to live with it for a little bit. It's a good job she's a really good friend. I can totally diss her on here. Right, so I'm just tailoring this round, making sure that I've got that wall. I've spoke about my reverses a lot. You need to make sure you've got a wall of product to push up to. Now that clear bead that we've originally put on is what's holding that form. Otherwise, when I come in to crisp up my smile line now with my metal file, a lot of the time the form would just fling off, and it's just awkward to get back on. And you know, so by just putting that tiny bead of clear, you're never going to see it. It does nothing. It brings no height, no nothing, but it just makes your natural nail part of the form. And then you're good to go in and crisp up them smile lines. So if you're not happy with them, you can go in and make them nice and sharp, making sure you don't angle it over or under, nice flat up against that wall. And you can see I'm pinching these nail beds as I go along. That one's not quite ready, but yeah, I've pinched them as I go, because I couldn't just wait until the free edge was done, because otherwise my nail bed would have cured. So I'm pinching the nail bed, getting that as narrow as it can, because the tip, the free edge, the coloured part of this will just follow the shape that I've got there already. And they are so beautiful. We've done them in black. There was a debate on, shall we leave them matte, shall we go glossy, but Jem decided to go glossy. I think the matte would have looked beautiful. But like I said, she's so bloody basic. It would have freaked her out. She'd have been like, oh, they don't really look finished, and she'd been messaging me going, can I need some gel? So yeah, no, we've gone glossy, and they do look absolutely stunning. And I have cut her as well. Look at that cuticle. I just nipped her a little bit too hard. She's probably bloody whinging, so I made her have it a little bit. I'm not going to lie, she did freak out a little bit when she saw what I was doing at this point. She was like, it's not like the picture, it's not like the picture. And I love to do that to my clients, because it doesn't. Look how horrid it looks. And it doesn't matter. You can go up over that nail bed that you've made. You can stretch down. It doesn't matter, because when you come and you file it, it'll all disappear and it'll look so beautiful. If you were using glitters, this is when it's a little bit different. You'd have to make sure that you didn't go over your wall, because you've got to make sure that you've got enough space, enough depth to cap it in your clear. But today we're just using black. No glitter on this set at all. Who am I? I know, I feel a little bit itchy. I think I'm going to have to go for a lie down or something. Nothing. I did suggest maybe, Gemma, maybe we could just put a little crystal on, just a single crystal on each of them, like in like a steely kind of. No, she's not for that life. I've just got to take what I can from her. But I love her to bits. It's just like a good old chinwag. Lovely to see her. But yeah, I think next time, I think when Jem comes back, because I think what I'll show you on that one, we're going to file out this smile line and bring it back without taking off the whole nail, because she said she might keep the French, but maybe a different colour. So hopefully I'll have a video of that in the future on how we're going to do that. So I'm going to be working, because we're working with Carbon Black from Glitterbels. It's a coloured powder, but you've got to work it a little bit drier, because you don't want it to all piss off down the form. So I'm working it, I'm holding less liquid in my brush. I'm draining it on the back of the towel, because I need it to hold its shape. I need it to not run away from me, and just pushing it into place. If you don't pick up enough, it doesn't matter. You can always go in and add a little bit more, okay? And then when we're finished, we're going to be e-filing them off. And that is pure porn. Oh, you ready? Look at it. Look at it. It gives me so much pleasure. Probably too much pleasure. But oh well. It's just so lovely when you've created these little hobgoblins, and then you get your e-file out and just bringing it back down, and yeah, it's just so satisfying. And then I'm going to e-file over these smile lines, just bringing it down a little bit, and then going in with my metal file. I've stuck a 100 on it, and we're going to really get these as sharp as anything. And I said to her, I said, Jem, I'm not filing the corners off of these. No, you're not rounding them. I know you've got a small child, but it's your second child. Do you even love it? Do you even like it? No, 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 no. So I made her keep the sharp edges. What she does with them when they're out of my care, then that's down to her. But for me, and for the pictures, and for you guys at home, they needed to be sharp. They needed to be, because they just have to be so precise. Yeah. But when they've got to be, I think I said to her, like, just the nude and black, it shows up all the flaws, and I could pick this set to death with things that I don't like about it. But we do that to ourselves, don't we? And I think that's good, because it makes you better. But not gonna lie, I could pick loads about this set that I didn't like, where I could have done better, and that's good, because it makes you better and it makes you try harder. So don't ever, if you look at it, you're like, oh, it's not good, it's fab. Always photograph everything, always document it, get it out there, because one day you'll look back and you'll be able to reflect on how far you've come. But yeah, so there was little niggles, but never mind. It's only fucking Gemma in it. Sod her, she's fine. Right, hand file with my 100, with the metal file. Going in crisp it. I love a metal file. It does not flex. We're going to have those sharp square shapes. What I have on the website at the moment is all I have for the next 3 weeks until my delivery comes in. But Atkinson and Brown's and Nail and Beauty Network, they stock them as well. So if you are short, they're at both of those websites and mine. Or send me a message. I can have a right round in my box. I'm sure I've got a few. I'll sort you out. But yeah. Metal files for the win. Defo a game changer. When I'm happy with all that, I do just give it a little wipe with acetone. It gets rid of any scratches that are on top of the nail. And then we're just going to top coat. We're just going to top coat, put some cuticle oil on, and all done. So a very simple set today. No glitter, no nothing. But actually there's nothing to hide behind. You've got to make sure everything's right. And don't get me wrong, like I've just said, it wasn't all perfect. But yeah, she was happy. I'm pretty happy with them. I quite like them. But I'm sure next week there'll be loads more glitter, because there are 14 new glitters on the website, 4 new dazzles, and we know what that means. Just bloody luscious. So yeah, there's definitely got to be some glitter in the next set. Now guys, if you've enjoyed this week's video, please subscribe, please like, comment, head over to my Instagram as well, which is just Wherry, nail artist and educator. I share lots on there that I don't share here, because I do lots of teaching, lots of images, so there's so much more on my Instagram. So if you don't already follow there, go and check it out. And that's it for this week. I will be back again next Wednesday with lots more and possibly some glitters. Right, all. I'll see you again next week. Love you. Bye.